said boardwalk burgers, more like board. Boom! Welcome to the official podcast. I'm Charlie, and Jackson's here, Andrew's here, and so is Kaya. We have a lot of important topics to talk about. So we're going to be transmitting this via video and audio frequencies. Let's get right into it. Take it away, Andrew.
Okay, so our first discussion is going to be a question that I was actually thinking about. What are some philosophical questions that you often ponder, or, usually don't talk about?
Jesus, getting right into it.
Yeah. Would I want to be immortal or not?
All right, besides that one.
Let's not get into that again.
I meant more personal philosophical questions, things that weird you out to think about deeply.
I don't want to die. I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff.
Jesus
this occupies
Christ.
a lot of my day, my day-to-day life. On that note, you know how you guys know how sometimes you feel like you just missed a shot on something, like you missed that little time window of opportunity.
Yeah.
And then every day you just stare at yourself in the mirror and you're like, dude, you're a disappointment, man. You could have done this. And then, I feel like a lot of us have those moments sometimes. And I think for our listeners, if you're listening to this right now, that could be you. I don't want to throw platitudes at you and all that, but today could be the first day of the rest of your life, and you could make a change. You could either just keep sitting there, live your day-to-day life, the daily grind, or you could get up and change it and get our new Board Burger shirt and live the rest of your life with a shirt that will instantly improve your life. It'll make everything better for you, your loved ones, everyone around you will have a better life. Even the delivery guy who's gonna deliver the shirt to your doorstep, he's gonna have a hoot. I'm telling you.
He'll be wearing one too.
And years from now, let me tell you, years from now, after you've lived a long and happy life, that shirt might be a little worn out, a little raggedy, And when that time comes, you're not going to have friends and family with you. Don't kid yourself, they've never been there for you. And even if they were, they're probably dead by now. But we'll be there, your official hosts, and we'll have another Teespring campaign. So you can buy a brand new shirt
by that point.
Yep. In fact, don't even wait until then. Buy a shirt now and buy a backup shirt. Vacuum seal it and put it in a bunker. Put it in your panic room in case you just need it. And pretty much. Write a note to yourself like, future me, you need this right now. Believe me, put it on. And instantly your life is gonna go uphill once again. On that note, this is high class shit, folks. This Board Burger shirt. Charlie, last week you didn't even tell Cryotic your joke, did you?
He was familiar with it.
Yeah, well, too bad he didn't get to hear it. Not even Cryotic was worth it. You want to be better than Cryotic, right? Well, you can buy a joke on a shirt. Be better than Cryotic. Get it?
Okay,
Thanks.
So after that literal 3.5 minutes of advertising, would anyone like to answer the question?
Hey, it was a truthful answer. That is what I think about when I brush my teeth.
How many people are buying our shirts?
Keeps him up at night.
I wake up in cold sweats like, oh shit, man, that kid I saw across the street, he doesn't have a shirt.
Good God.
You can use a Boardwalk Burger shirt.
He needs to hear the joke. All right, well,
the joke.
I guess no one has an actual answer to the question.
It's a humanitarian mission to the third world where the four of us just go to Africa and Somalia, these countries sit by drought, and we just tell our joke. Like douchebags.
I thought you were going to say hand in the shirt with food on it.
And then take away the food and make them wear the shirt.
Maybe.
You ever think that African warlords have a whole crate of Board Burger shirts and just they line them up, all the village people, and they step up one at a time in front of AK-47 armed guards, and he's like, your family deserves 3 shirts, and then they give them 3 Board Burger shirts.
Why doesn't African warlord sound like a British sir?
Because Africa was colonized by the British. Their accent is slightly British.
Yeah, I don't think the warlords who actually kidnap and enslave children into drug habits and war sound like noblemen.
I say, good show.
I thought you were actually
burned
pitching
that
a
village
show
good.
idea.
Maybe a bit
That
too
would make a
posh
good
then.
show.
Yeah.
Where's my tea then? As he sends out this starving child to fetch him a tea.
Oh, wait. Don't get it yet. Put on this Boardburger shirt.
Get me the blood diamonds. I would like to count them. I'll kill all of you. How about you, Charlie? What do you ponder besides Warlord African soap opera?
And monetizing.
Making that money.
Honestly, just a lot of times I wonder how certain things have an audience, as what kind of people would like that. You know what I mean? Like the true crime on Tumblr, where they take the mass murderers and they fantasize over them, and also the women. Yeah, it's called true crime.
Yeah.
And the people, like the women who write to prison inmates and eventually leave their husbands for the inmates, and then usually end up beaten and sometimes killed, as if they didn't see it coming. I don't get it. How
Well,
dumb
there's
are
an
people?
attraction to danger. That's the thing.
Can you imagine being that husband and you just got left for some prison inmate?
That she's never met. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be the worst.
That ought to sting a little. Jackson,
Well,
what about you?
Yeah.
My philosophical question has always been, who would win, Batman or Superman? And luckily Injustice 2 is now out, so I can really live that dream. And I've played a few matches last night, and I realized I am absolutely terrible at fighting games.
Fighting games have probably the highest learning curve, I think.
They do. Well, I don't know. I only bought Injustice 2 because people were telling me that like it's really easy to learn. It's like the easiest fighting game to learn, so I thought that'd be the best way to like break into the scene, get my MLG career off the ground.
If you want to get into it, I think it's Guilty Gear, the newest one, Zerd or whatever, has one of the greatest tutorials I've ever seen. It literally tells you, like, it's not one of those, oh, do this to do a Hadouken, push this to punch. It's literally like, okay, here's how you do mix-ups, here's how you do setups, here's how you combo shit. It like teaches you basics of fighting games. Setups.
Oh.
It's a fighting game term for like
Jackson,
setting up your opponent
if
to get hit.
you wanted an answer to that question, you could just watch the movie Superman versus Batman, and then
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, whatever. Well, at 6 hours and 57 minutes into the movie, it turns out that they have the same mom or some shit, and then they become friends. So there you go.
It's
cool answer,
fucking
right?
stupid and
That's how you make
terrible.
friends.
Yeah. What was her name? Marla? Mariah?
Martha.
Of course.
It's
Like
fucking
Martha Vane.
so stupid.
Martha Vane. Yeah, it doesn't really.
What a fucking
mesh.
terrible, shitty ass goddamn shit.
Is that actually... Wait, that was in Batman vs. Superman movie?
Yeah. Did you not finish it?
Yeah, did you not watch it?
I watched it. I just don't... that movie was really bad. I don't quite remember that part.
You
well, the
blanked
thing
it out
goes
like
that
Transformers.
Superman's adoptive mom was apparently called Martha, and then Vane, the Batman's mom, is also Martha. So just as Batman is about to kill Superman, he cries like, "Tell Martha I love her," and Batman goes, "What the? How do you know my? Yeah, how do you know my mom's name? Wait a minute.
Oh, way to
our
fucking... Oh, what a fucking piece of shit. Way to keep your secret identity a secret. Oh, Martha Wayne, that's my mom, mother of Bruce Wayne. What a fucking asshole.
I guess you could excuse it by saying that he was about to kill the both of them anyway, so who cares? But yeah, no, wait, it was two different women, but Batman just felt bad for killing a man, or he was about to kill a man who has a mom who shares a name with his mom.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's even dumber.
I think it was more like it's ridiculous and stupid, but I think it's more like Batman saw that Superman was like human as well.
Yeah,
He was trying to
but
fight this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sort of a
I think that's what
boring
they were trying to
conclusion.
go
So,
for,
oh,
but
your
it
mom
was-
likes vanilla ice cream too? I can't kill you now. You're practically my brother.
Because you're human.
Yeah.
I mean,
Get
humans
fucked.
like ice cream.
Yeah, that was dumb. Charlie, did you ever watch Triple X finally?
Ah, fuck, I forgot to finish it now. I'm
damn.
gonna just start it from the get-go again.
Where'd
I'm
you
excited.
get up to?
Yeah,
Tiana tapped out about 25 minutes in. She said it was one of the worst movies she's ever seen.
it is.
Yeah, you can. She's here if you want. Do you want to tell him?
No, it was just really bad.
There you have it. A 0 on the moist meter on her book. I'm gonna finish it though. I'm excited to
it's truly
finish it.
horrendous, but
Ooh.
yeah, let's wait till you finish it to find that out.
It was. But
So-
I will say, I thought Xander Cage was still cool, just in an ironic
How?
kind of
No,
jokey
that
fashion.
was the stupidest thing.
I thought it was just
How?
so goofy. He's just like Max stealing down a fucking hill to like turn on a soccer game.
Yeah, I guess. Charlie, that's the only scene in the movie that's even remotely okay, I guess.
It's not a
And
good
then not
by any
even-
stretch.
No,
like
no,
I just,
hell no.
I just thought it was goofy, like in a rocket power type of way, and enjoyable. It was
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know. So, Charlie, talking about weird degenerates having female followers, what the fuck is up with Onision and why does he still get money?
Oh,
It's bizarre.
God.
I thought he fell off the radar, but I checked his channel out. He still gets tons of views.
Who?
Yeah, he does. He also gets tons of money. And he also plays poor, which really grinds my gears because God knows he isn't.
he has 5 channels of over 100,000 subscribers and 3 with over 1 million, and he made a Patreon to support himself. Some fucking bullshit.
And his wife has a pretty big
He had
YouTube
this-
channel too.
Yeah.
Defensive post somewhere up where he basically goes, well, yes, I could work for money, or I could sell my car, or I could downgrade, but that's all, preposterous. You're all being such assholes. Just give me money, was basically the gist of his post. I'm just
Jackson and I
baffled
were-
Then
by
people
who
gave
the
him
fuck
money.
Yeah.
likes it.
No, I don't know who does either. It has to be young girls, because like they go on to his forum so that way he can critique their bodies in a video, and they like that. But Jackson,
Well, that's creepy.
Yes,
it is
yeah.
creepy. It's very creepy because they're usually like 13 to 15 years old, somewhere in that ballpark.
He's like 30, isn't he? He's like over 30 now.
He,
I don't
yeah,
know.
he's
He'd have to be.
Oh,
he's
no.
easily
He's
40, but he
31
looks
years
like
old. I
a...
just looked it up.
What is
Well,
it? 31.
31.
He is the
That is
roughest.
creepy.
He is by far.
No,
No.
but his wife, like, okay, he met her like online because she was a fan, and she was like 17, I think, at the time. So as soon as she turned 18, like they met up, and like her parents hated him, and like I think they
Oh,
got
gosh,
married
why?
like, like a year or so into it, and I don't know. There's just a lot of shit with all
he
that too.
he is really rough looking for 31. Like when he's not wearing makeup, which is a weird thing for me to say about a man like that. When he's not wearing makeup, he looks horrendous. He looks like a 40-year-old Ken doll that's being gradually melted. Like his skin on his face is like falling off of his fucking bones.
That's his wife.
His
I
face
mean,
is just so
yeah,
oily by
he's-
default. It's like his wife just uses his face to wipe her ass with it.
Yeah, I know he has like a really acne face, I think, but I don't know.
No, it's not-
like
it's
just
not-
the weird.
It doesn't look like
It's not an acne face. It's like a Madame Trousseau's doll.
I don't know. I mean, it does look like
Tuso.
acne. It's just
Tuso, whatever.
red, and it's like he got allergies to something constantly for his whole life. But
Yeah, like
He's allergic to living.
yeah, he's just allergic to the air.
oh, woe is me! I only have 4 million or whatever subscribers. I only make like what 7 figures a year. Please go to my Patreon. That's the part that kind of upsets me.
No, what
It looks
upsets
like Shane Dawson.
what upsets me the most is his Patreon rewards. Jackson and I were talking about
Yeah,
it. Some of his
that
rewards
was a
are
lot
like
of fun.
a 10-minute phone call with him once every couple of months for like $500.
That wasn't
500.
the worst thing on there, Charlie.
Yeah, he has so many awful ones, like $1,000, and you can hang out with him for a couple of minutes in a phone call.
Jesus, well, I guess I feel like a stooge now for having actually good rewards on our patreon.com/theofficialpodcast.
I've never really wanted to talk about the guy because he leeches on drama. It makes him stronger
Yeah.
every time he's talked about. He's just the kind of person that no matter what you say about him, he's going to come out on top because that's the fan base he's built up. It's the mindless teeny boppers, fucking spagooters that just don't really care too much. They just want to look at a guy who sometimes says a joke that makes them laugh and critiques their body and gives them advice and tells them they're pretty. So
Yeah,
there's just no
tells them-
reason to
Yeah.
there's no reason to like talk about him because he's going to come out on top because he takes the drama. He makes a response on 3 out of 5 of his channels. Sometimes he'll do all 5. So he makes so many views off each drama video because he posts it so many times. It's just such a waste of energy. Oh, voice crack. Such a waste of energy, and it's just so counterproductive to
But
talk
Charlie,
about that fucking.
his wife, his
worm.
brother, his dog, they all need their own cars. Okay, they need the money. Please, he cannot just downsize his mansion and his driveway and his 6 gardeners. He needs that money.
He needs all 3 houses.
Oh, he sure as shit does. He's a Bernie Sanders kind of poor.
He's a
cunt.
He's a human rectal flap.
So speaking about pedophiles, here's a thing I like. And leading off, because don't get used to it, but I have a couple of things I like today. And the first of them is a gentleman called the Alaskan Avenger, who apparently went onto online registries, found out where child molesters lived, broke into their homes and beat the shit out of them.
Oh my god.
So thank you. His name is Jason Vukovic. Apparently this man, he also robbed them, but this is just great. Apparently he broke into the houses of 3 convicted child molesters, and he just beat the shit out of them. One apparently had his skull fractured or some shit. And this is the adorable part. Well, not adorable, but what he said is adorable, but his past is kind of bad because apparently Mr. Jason, he's been molested by his own uncle as a child, so he kind of knows firsthand what pieces of shit pedophiles are. But he says, I literally gave my own existence no value or concern. I became a thief and a liar and went out to make many poor choices throughout my life. He said children should be able to play in the streets and parks and go to church without the threat of pedophiles lingering around them. Now, I don't know if he was talking about people like Onision, but we can just, guess. He also added, my own heart may have been broken long ago, but with all my being, I support every child in pursuit of their dreams. Give him a medal, okay? This poor man is in prison now. Jason Vukovic.
He reminds me of that dude who got arrested in the airport for trying to bring a katana on a plane because he wanted to go kill Osama bin Laden. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was the cutest thing.
That guy was my fucking favorite. He was like 70 years old and he was like, the government's fucking this up. I'm going to go do it. And he had I don't know how accurate it was or how important it was, but apparently he had done a bunch of research and was like, I guarantee you Osama bin Laden's within like 3 miles of this area. And he was trying to get on a flight with a fucking samurai sword to go kill him. It was really
caught or found out?
Well, no, he got arrested by airport security because he was trying to bring the fucking blade onto the plane.
Oh, you have to check that shit in. Everyone knows it.
It was a carry-on. He made a mistake. Yeah. Should have flown Southwest. Bags fly free.
Should have just ran to Afghanistan.
I just like vigilantes who have a good cause like this. That made me remember another pedophile getting beat up story from Texas. Maybe you guys might remember this because it made quite the rounds. A couple of years ago, a guy, he caught a pedophile in his barn molesting his child, and he beat the pedophile to death, and he got off scot-free. He wasn't charged with anything. That just made my day. That put a smile on my face. I like that. That's a good day. That's a damn good day. All right.
So things that Kaya likes, talking about pedophiles.
Getting the shit beat out of him.
Well, no, you don't have to add all that flavor text, Kaya. We understood. Talking about pedophiles.
Among other things, I have a list here.
Ooh.
Kaya is just an agent of justice. He likes fairness.
He is.
Yeah.
Equality.
Order. Law and order. Well, not law and order, but the concept of law and order. Well, you know what I mean.
I don't know. But
beating up
what is it? Where you get what you deserve? Not karma, but the other term for it. Like I guess just justice would summarize what Kyle likes. Yeah, just justice.
Yeah, it is justice. Yeah. Just getting your comeuppance.
There you go.
I just like the added extra of one of them died and the other, not only did they get the shit beat out of them, but this Alaskan Avenger angel also robbed them. I really like that extra little bit. And not only am I gonna kick your teeth in, but your laptop's also mine.
You're gonna help me fucking fund
Apparently
my
when the
crusade.
Police found him, he had a little notebook with pedophile names in it. He was just going door to door.
Wait, was it names of known pedophiles or names he think would be good for pedophiles?
No, he known pedophiles. He went online into the registries and tracked them down.
I gotcha.
This is great.
As long as he wasn't beating up like alleged pedophiles. That's
no, convicted
like,
ones.
Convicted and shit. Yeah.
He only got to beat up 3 of them, unfortunately.
He'll be back.
I hope so. Someone's gonna shine that Alaskan Avenger spotlight into the clouds in Gotham.
If he's in
gonna
prison,
come out.
maybe that's exactly where he wants to be. That's where most of the pedophiles are.
Well, yeah, but
that's
they're
true,
already
yeah.
Being them up.
they're already being punished. He doesn't care about that. They're already serving their time.
Yeah.
What
Also,
they need
apparently,
That's not good enough.
Well, in prison culture, pedophiles are like the lowest of the
Yeah.
low, and they frequently get jumped and shanked and shit.
You guys know that
prison
piece of
culture.
shit, Josef Fritzl?
What?
No.
Fritzl, I guess in English. Joseph Fritzl, he was the Austrian.
Oh,
yes,
Joseph Fritzl. Yeah, he's my hero. How can he's like the gold standard for when I say you want to see someone who's fucked up.
Yeah. God,
Guy's
Jesus.
a fucking
So
special
apparently
case.
backstory for those who don't know, this asshole imprisoned his own daughter for 24 years in the basement and then just continuously raped her for 24 years and had many children of those incestuous rapes. And apparently now he's trying to change his name in prison, but I don't know. He's like
And he
70 years old
also-
or something. I hope he dies.
looks like a
I hope he gets
fucking-
tortured.
He looks like a bulldog in a fright wig.
He looks
is
like a
an
fucking
ugly,
gargoyle.
fucking disturbing looking man.
He looks like if the gargoyle culture had a boogeyman that the gargoyles would be afraid of. He looks like that. He looks awful.
We call him the Fritzl. He's the one who put this curse on us.
I'd never heard of this guy.
Fritzl.
You
He's
don't
really
wanna.
creepy.
Yeah, it's just awful story.
Yeah, he is
God,
scary
what a
looking.
Fucked up asshole. Yeah, where was I going? Okay, let me balance this off because maybe you guys have some input on this because I cannot see anyone who's rational not hate this. So I'm introducing a balance corner. You can call things Kaya hates, but that sounds biased to me. CG and cartoons, knock it off, please. I've been watching Attack on Titan now. The second season is a lot slower than the first. Spoiler alert, I guess nothing fucking happens, but I hate 3D in cartoons. It's so bad. It breaks immersion. It looks terrible in comparison to everything else. It tells me you're lazy. Stop it.
Can you give me an example of like a cartoon that I would know that's done that?
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars? I haven't seen that one, but in Legend of Korra, for example, they had the robots which just look. The problem is, no matter what the cartoon it is, your usual animation is like how many frames? 10 to 15 frames of drawn animation. And then if you use 3D models that fluidly move in 60 frames per second, it looks so out of place. It looks goofy. It doesn't fit with the rest of the style. It's obviously 3D generated character. It just looks goofy as fuck. And it's been really ruining a lot of shit I've been watching. It breaks all immersion. Looks terrible. It's unacceptable. I know a lot of young people watch us, and a lot of them might be going to animation schools and the such. So knock it the fuck off. You're the next generation. Please stop. That's not acceptable. This is not an acceptable conversation. Hey, boss, we have this scene where we have to have 50 people riding a horse. Oh, that's easy. We'll just have a CG horse and we'll copy and paste it 50 times. No. Just downscale, rewrite it. Yeah, you do the work or you downscale, you rewrite it somehow. Don't do fucking CG. Thank you.
Take your bows.
Kaya with the floor.
Rose is on stage.
Right?
Yep. Speaking of stages, I saw Phantom of the Opera when I was in New York. Have any of you guys seen that?
I
That
have.
sounds boring.
It wasn't
Great.
bad.
I wish I could see a live show opera.
Yeah, went to the Broadway thing. It was kind of cool. Like the scene and the sets and all that was cool. But the story is the most incomprehensible shit. Oh my god.
The Phantom of the Opera is my go-to for like musicals that have neat music, but everything is incredibly pretentious and dumb and just
And
bad,
shitty,
and just
yeah.
sloppy. Yeah.
Could you explain that and without like spoiling it? I mean,
The way that. So, Charlie, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're
I mean, I just used to do theater through high school and middle school and a little bit of college, so I kind of got engrossed in this world. So musicals are literally like the bottom of the barrel of theater because they need simplicity everywhere because it's based on fucking singing. How deep and emotional and actually like fluent can you be in your ideas if you have to sing a sentiment for 5 minutes? You know what I mean? It's like if you want to sing about, oh, today's a great day, it's like how much narrative can you actually say if you're singing about how nice of a day it is? Because songs don't really go many places in musicals. So the thing with Phantom of the Opera, though, is almost every song is like self-aggrandizing shit. And the plot itself is just needlessly wispy and flimsy and dumb and overly dramatic. Like everything is, oh my god, I can't believe that fucking happened. Oh wow, oh. It's just a fluff piece. The entire Phantom of the Opera is nothing but like no sustenance.
I just couldn't follow the story at all. Like it didn't make any sense. Like there's a man in the rafters who like terrorizes a play, and then a girl somehow had been trained by this man without knowing she's been trained by this man, and then he turns out he like murders 2 people. And then she falls in love with some other guy from her childhood who just says, hey, I'm from your childhood, and they fall in love. And then the man is deformed, and he just looks like Sloth from the Goonies, but he can sing well. So then the girl falls in love with him even after he's killed 2 people. And then he decides to write a play, and then they decide to play that play for him because they were afraid of him and they wanted to catch him. But when they had an opportunity to catch him and kill him, they let him finish his play and leave, and then they chased him, and he just left.
Now,
those
Charlie,
are the Geneva rules. You have to let people finish their plays.
Now, Charlie, I'm going to addendum to this because I've seen the fucking sequel to the Phantom of the Opera called, oh god, it's called like Love Never Dies or something. It's got a horrible title. Yeah, Love Never Dies, the sequel to Phantom of the Opera. So basically, like, what happens is the main girl and the Phantom, they fuck real hard, and then the Phantom fucks off to go be a seclusive shithead again, and she gives birth to a kid, and the entire revolution of the play is the kid is not her husband's, it's the Phantom's. The Phantom, like, fucked her, and it's her kid. But they draw it out for so long, and it's such a labored plot twist. And my favorite fucking thing that happens in the world that people defend this... So, the Phantom of the Opera, it's his son, not the woman the man that the woman is married to. The main character. The main woman. She has a husband, and they have a kid.
Plot twist?
Exactly.
You just said they just fuck like animals, and then it turns out to be a son. How's that a plot twist?
Well, no, they don't tell. That doesn't happen until you don't know that happened. I'm saying that's the plot. Yeah. So the thing that kills me though, and I actually laughed. I couldn't help but laugh when it happened in the fucking theater where I saw it. Is when they finally do the dramatic revelation where the girl's like, oh, this 10-year-old boy is yours because we, like, she doesn't explicitly say it, but she's like, we had sex 10 years and 9 months ago, and look, this boy is 10. And the Phantom just drops everything, moves to the front of the stage, gets a spotlight on him, and in his best opera voice goes, 10 years ago, you and I together 10 years ago. And it's like, that's his dramatic way of saying, holy shit, this kid could be mine. Oh my god, it's the fucking cheesiest, shittiest thing.
I don't get, we can check it out. I just don't get why people hail this Phantom of the Opera as the golden standard of theater and like romance.
I hate it.
There was nothing romantic. No, they do.
They don't. Critics do.
Oh, whatever.
People do, not the average person does. Critics do the same way they hail any goddamn thing that comes out of it.
That's true.
The only cool part of the sequel is when he takes his son to his literal bat cave, like his underground fucking lair with all this weird shit in it. And they start singing this song where he's like, dude, I'm a fucking freak. Let me show you all this weird shit. You don't need to be with those posh people up stuff. And it's like, it's an actually catchy song, and the theater choreography they had for it was cool. But the only part that I actually was like, all right, that's pretty good, is at the end of the song, they're like singing and building up to like a climax, like a hard note, a crescendo. And during that note, he pulls his mask off, and the whole fucking song just stops, and the kid runs away screaming because of how ugly he is. And I thought that was actually pretty neat.
I could go on for so long about each and every scene in Phantom of the Opera that made no fucking sense at all. But the whole overall premise of that it's some romantic play, just I don't understand. Like, I can see it being a cool play because the songs were dope, the scenery, all of it, the set's super duper cool.
Yeah.
But nothing about it beyond that was anything out of the ordinary. The story was just so bad. Yep. This man murders 2 people for literally no reason, and then she falls in love with him, and everyone likes the Phantom, even though he's killed 2 innocent people, and he even kidnapped the girl earlier and forced her to sing for him. It just, I don't get it. And then, I just don't want to keep going on. It's just
Have
really
you never
bad.
been in love, Charlie?
What'd you say, Jackson?
I said, have you never been in love? That's what love is. You fight for love.
Shut up, Jackson. The only like Phantom of the Opera is the definition of flash and no substance. Like the sets and choreography and feel looks neat. The songs occasionally are nice to listen to, but when you actually get into like the plot or the lyrics or what's going on, it just falls the fuck apart. It's horribly told, horribly paced, confusing.
I just want
it's the worst.
I just want to vent about it. Like there was a whole scene dedicated to figuring out who the Phantom was, and it didn't make any sense. Like the guy asked the girl what she knows about the Phantom, and she says, "Well, there was a traveling circus act 50 years ago that had a boy,
years ago
that had a deformed boy." And
is he like the Elephant Man?
He's, I don't know, the whole place.
He has like an eye almost bulging out and like burned. He looks like Freddy Krueger, but on just that part of his face.
Yeah. He kind of looks like that Joseph Fritzl guy.
No joke. Oh God.
Yeah, it's just so dumb.
God,
so she just mentioned a circus and then said, "Yeah, it might be that guy." And that was like a whole long scene.
And then the play ends.
Circus.
The curtain comes down.
It's got to be that fucked up guy.
And then the very last scene, not to spoil this for any huge theater people out there excited to see this fucking train wreck of a story piece.
Oh God!
Is he has the fucking gargoyle man has the other guy that she's in love with hung like around a noose, and then she kisses him, the ugly guy, the Phantom guy, the horrible guy, kisses him, and then the Phantom guy pushes her down, grabs a candlestick, and then lets the other guy go free by burning the rope, and they just leave. I didn't understand the point.
Charlie,
so dumb.
you gotta take in the fact all of the hatred we're gonna get from theater fans. People who
you
like
can't
musicals,
defend it.
No,
you can't
dude,
defend
no.
this,
Trust me, people who like musicals and shit like this, they just fucking will to the death claim that it's not shitty.
Yeah, but they don't watch this.
The story is objectively bad. Like, it's so poorly told. Maybe if there was like I guess in the pamphlet, if I wanted to read that fucking Bible, I could have done that and gotten a little bit more if it gave me like a synopsis or something. But with the way they told the story, nothing made sense. At one scene, she's in a graveyard talking about her dead dad, and then the Phantom rises from the grave with a staff that shoots Roman candles. I didn't understand what was going on with that. It was just so dumb.
I think we're safe. I don't think we have like wine-sniffing Broadway aficionados watching our podcast.
All right, Jackson, why don't you take control here? You've been awfully quiet.
What do you like, Jackson?
What do I like?
Who do you like? Who do you have a crush on?
I like you
Who
guys.
are you gonna call?
Oh,
Don't cheat.
Ghostbusters. Have you guys seen Ghostbusters? I would never cheat. Have you seen Ghostbusters 2?
Nope.
No.
Oh wait, 2? Yeah, I thought you meant the new one.
Yeah. No,
I've seen both Ghostbusters.
I meant the new one, the one with
That's
all
the
the
third one.
Well, that's Ghostbusters 3
It's the
technically.
fourth, isn't it?
I don't think there's a 3 actually.
No, it's the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right, well,
haven't seen
Ghostbusters
it.
3.
Is it a sequel or a reboot?
It's a
It's a
reboot.
reboot. Oh, is it a reboot? Because one of the guys shows up, doesn't he?
I haven't seen it.
It was literally one of those he only showed up because they were like, "Oh, you'll like the movie if we do a cameo of this guy."
Yeah.
That was literally the only reason.
How is this coming up like 6 months after all the hate fad died down, Jackson? We needed this in like episode 2.
Well, someone said, who are you going to call? That was my jumping in point.
Good enough.
I was waiting for that for 6 months.
Fair enough.
So,
All right, well, speaking of things that I like, I've been playing the new Hitman game, and I think it's really, really good.
it is really fun.
It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different ways to do one level. I love it.
Well, then you're not gonna
yeah,
like
if it
this piece
wasn't-
of news, Andrew, because that company just got sold.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
not sold even.
they're-
They got put on the market, and apparently no one wants it.
Yeah, but they're retaining the rights to Hitman, so
Yeah, they've
we'll
still got
see how
Hitman.
it goes.
Eidos.
Still, and they're slated for releasing season 2 regardless. So even if, say, the company goes under, we'll still have another, like, however many levels. I think it's 6
Did
per
they
season
confirm that?
for the new game. Yeah.
I quite liked how they did the episodic content.
Well, apparently no one else did.
Season 2 is season 2 is guaranteed to be out. Oh.
Apparently, the last one sold worse than one of the previous
well,
games.
for those of you listening to the
really
podcast,
poorly.
if you like strong white bald men killing other mostly white
Buy
men,
our shirt.
then please buy our shirt. And then when you're done buying our shirt, use the leftover tax refund from that
on our Patreon.
to go on our Patreon. And when you're done making a contribution to every tier, then go
Feed yourself
buy,
with Blue Apron.
and then when you've done every literal shilling opportunity possible for
A lot of
us,
time will have passed, and you probably have a 5 o'clock
God
shadow.
fucking
right?
damn it. But no, all I'm saying is I think the new Hitman is a lot of fun, and I really like it.
It is. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I love that game.
They've
So
nailed
buy an
it.
official mug.
It's so inventive. Have you played it, Charlie?
Yeah, I played the first part.
Are you fucking high on Novocaine? What the fuck? Yeah, the first part.
My mind was wandering really hard.
More like your mouth, but anyway.
Whatever. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I liked Blood Money a lot, and it's mostly Blood Money with a little tweaks. So I'm
Little
happy about
pazoozies, little
that. Little
pizzazz.
pizzazzles.
Mhm.
Little
The levels are
pizzazzles.
so levels are so large and full of different ways to tackle objectives.
You can
It's, like,
do
so much.
Oh, there's
yeah.
like 50 fucking ways to kill one dude. It's insane.
Yeah, it's great.
I came up with
And then
a. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go.
No, if you can keep talking about Twitman. Twitch.
So let's talk about me.
Hitman.
Hitman.
Man. I was just gonna say, like, they've even got like level remasters essentially, where
Yep.
everything changes within the level.
They,
Not everything, but you know what I mean. Like, it's fully replayable.
Oh yeah.
It's so much
So
fun.
you get a level, and then you get So first of all, you get the level, and it's like, okay, kill this dude however you want. Then you get challenges, which is like, kill them specifically this way. Then you get escalations, which is, okay, do the level again, and now we've added like more security cameras, or you have to kill him this way, and then they add more and more in those. And then they have elusive targets, which is go in the level and kill someone completely different. So
That's cool.
they do their own shit. They have their own patterns. None of the story shit that you can actually track and follow. There's the replayability is insane on this game.
You can spend like 10 hours on like the first tutorial mission, basically.
I
So
actually
how do you
have.
guys feel about a game that has obviously a lot of effort and love put into it like that, being on the verge of getting cancelled, probably after the second season, and yet lying pieces of shit like whatever the guy's name was, like No Man's Sky, get millions of dollars.
Well, you see, No Man's Sky had
Stings a
good
little,
marketing, whereas Hitman had no marketing.
Yep.
So marketing really.
Welcome to the
really
new
does.
Prey. Oh wait, didn't know it was out? Exactly.
Oh,
really good.
I totally forgot about that game. I'm gonna speedrun it. They can beat the entire game in
10 minutes. Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Lot
Well, is it
of
like,
out of bounds.
out of bounds.
Lot
Like,
of
I
out
was
of
gonna
bounds.
say, like,
Yeah.
with Far Cry 4, you could like if
No,
you just waited.
that's not speedrunning,
Yeah.
Jackson. That's not real. We speedrunning athletes don't take that as a speedrun, Jackson. It's a cop out.
Speed
No
out
tools.
Insult.
Well, actually, I bet if I went on speedrunning websites, like most of the speedruns for Far Cry 4 would be that.
No, they would
Playing
not.
that route.
Actually, I don't
Yeah, it
think they
would.
would. It would be its own category, and no one would like it. And don't mean to offend anyone out there that does speedrun that category.
Probably getting caught on Twitch by their mothers.
Speaking of that, I came up with a really good name for my asshole, like a nickname, but I forgot it.
What a great way to worthwhile use of our time.
Is
Yeah,
that why
you guys
interrupted
suck
me
at
before?
things I like corners.
I
It
I
wasn't
just
my
talked
turn.
about Hitman. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I enjoyed Hitman. It was great.
I really
Fair
liked
enough.
it.
Charlie,
That was
you really suck at things you like.
What do you like, Charlie? You
I
don't
like-
like anything.
No, I like the first part of Hitman.
just the first part.
Why
That's
didn't you
it.
finish it?
Charlie liked the part that he could play before he had to send it back for a refund.
2 hours.
And you know I'm not joking. You know I'm right.
I do that
you
so
refund it?
often.
We all
I
do
think-
that.
Yeah, I did refund it.
Setting
Called
a
it.
timer.
Fucking called it.
Just fuck it. I'm not a big fan of those type of games, really. It was fun though for a little bit, and then it wasn't fun. And when it wasn't fun, I told it to go away, which it did. And it gave me my
The
money back.
came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing I like most, I'd say, this month has been streaming, and now we stream on Twitch at the official
God, this
channel.
whole episode
We are
has been nothing but
shilling
promotion.
so fucking hard, really.
Yeah, well,
God
what
damn.
can you do when no one's talking?
I mean,
all I can
I don't
think
know.
about.
Talk about
Streaming.
interesting shit.
Yeah, I can talk about stuff.
So,
I have
Jackson,
a
on
whole
our
list of
stream,
topics.
on our stream, I think it was one of our 4-man streams, Tim Allen came up. And I didn't remember at the time who the fuck Tim Allen was, and then I realized, oh, it's the Tool House guy or whatever the show was called.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor, you uncultured fucking swine.
So I looked it up, and he has a new
Deja
show.
vu.
Well, he had a new show called Last Man Standing, which got canceled because Tim Allen is a conservative, and in Hollywood, you can get disbarred from Hollywood for being a conservative or just stepping out of line. You get excommunicated, for lack of a better word. But I've been watching it, it's a really good show. Tim Allen is a lot of fun to watch, and it's a really refreshing show. It's a lot of fun for me to watch. And it's one of those shows where it kind of ties into the Broadway thing where all of the critics hate it, but the user score is really high. And I'm guessing all of the critics hate it because it's Tim Allen is he's not in a gay relationship with an adopted transgender son. And he actually plays a kind of Republican guy on the show. So the Rotten Tomatoes score for the show is like at 10% or 15% or something. And the user score is north of 85%. It's a really good show.
That just reminded me, for Twitter verification, for my third attempt, my reasoning for verification was just going to be leftist and see if it works.
It could. It could.
I had that idea in the car.
Charlie,
I'm going to do
That's
that.
incredible.
Charlie,
blog.
do you have like any black friends you could use as like your icon? Like give him your Twitter for a day?
That's a myth. You
For
don't
me?
need to put your fucking face in the icon.
No. I meant like just to show, hey, I'm a minority. What are you, racist? Verify me.
I hate all that type of shit where politics for some reason play a role into every single thing in the world in this day and age for no reason. It's so stupid. It's so fucking dumb.
Things are getting extremely politically divided now.
Everything is politically influenced for no reason whatsoever. Who gives a shit? Who fucking cares?
Everyone.
Oh my, for no reason.
The
Literally
problem is that
nobody
you
should-
can't even be full apathetic on it because then you're automatically associated with the other side for what people want.
Exactly. No matter what you say or do, you're going to lose. The only way to win is to not talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know, Charlie. It kind of makes you sound like a Nazi.
Exactly. That's Nazi talk, man. You can't just say that you don't care. That obviously makes you a insert fascist or social justice warrior here. Is there a way to be both? I want to be like a social justice Nazi.
They are fascists, so yeah. But
should we cut that or
on, I have
not?
to-
I'm actually not sure.
no, there's nothing to cut.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm thinking if I should balance this out again with something I hate.
Jackson's been awfully
Yeah.
quiet. Do you
No,
like?
I'm not. I'm
do you-
just scratching my face.
Do you like politics, Jackson?
Okay, what's something that you really fucking hate for no discernible reason? Not a pet peeve, but something that just really bothers you when it happens.
Accidents.
example-
Not like car accidents. You don't need to give me an example, Andrew. I understand
Okay.
your fucking question. Don't treat me like I'm a child, Andrew. I know what you were asking.
I mean, I didn't.
Like little accidents, like for instance, when you knock over a cup of water, it's not a huge inconvenience. It takes a second, but I just get what's a good word? I want to really illustrate this. I get
Unhinged.
very upset. I get sad and mad and
Yeah, that
angry.
was a great illustration.
Could honestly be part of your OCD.
No, it's
Wait,
not. I don't-
but that has a reason. That's a clear reason why you get upset at it.
It's
Is that
not
what
just
you
a-
mean,
but
Andrew?
not
It's
to,
not
I
just
mean
a-
to that degree is what I'm saying.
No, like I get furious for like all of
Yeah.
30 seconds and it ruins my mood for like 30 seconds and I go to like a primal state where I just want to beat things up. It's not just like spilling a cup of water, but just something trivial like I'll drop a small piece of food and the inconvenience of having to pick it up again makes me irrationally angry.
And then after
Just
30
so-
seconds, you're just completely normal.
Yeah, and
He lies
after
down on the
Yeah.
ground.
I've seen you do that. It's fucking adorable.
I get so upset. I'm like the child that just,
Yeah.
the Play-Doh fell down after the creation. I just
you
get mad.
throw
One
your
thing
temper
that's-
tantrum and then you grow up.
That's been pissing me off that isn't really a big deal is, and I'm sure this is happening to everyone, is I select something, I copy it, and I try to paste it, and, somehow I didn't copy. It pisses me so
fuck
much
that
fucking
shit.
off.
And then you have to go back to the other thing.
I have to go back to the other thing, but now I've been trained almost Pavlovian to hit the copy shortcut like 5 times to really make sure it freaking copied this time. And then sometimes it still hasn't. It just makes me angry. A little bit.
It seems like some things can't be copied on the internet.
No, they can be. It just doesn't work.
Like our unique brand of humor.
Oh, well, that's upsetting. I went to do the verification again, and it said it's already been reviewed and denied.
What the fuck? How does that even happen to you?
That's the second time in a row, but for some reason they draw the line at 2 denials.
Where is Twitter headquarters? Let's just fucking go there.
Oh wait, they're not even going to review it anymore.
No, they don't give me a chance.
Oh,
They've cut me off. God, I should have done the lefty thing. Damn it.
Yeah, you should have.
What a
Should have just said, "Hey, everyone is Hitler. Punch everyone."
Everyone except Hitler is Hitler.
We could start a we could start a hashtag campaign for you, Charlie. Hashtag.
Charlie doesn't even need
Charlie.
a hashtag. He just needs to do one fucking tweet, and half the internet will see it.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
That's not true. I talk about all of my denials on Twitter. It's fun. It's a good.
You should take a
wholesome time.
take a screenshot this time. Pictures usually get more attention.
My thing that I hate, I hate waiting. I hate waiting for things.
Oh yeah.
And I've been
Impatience.
waiting for these parts. I bought computer parts to build a new build. I know you guys know this, but the audience doesn't. To build a computer build I ordered it like 2 weeks ago, and they still haven't arrived yet. And I'm going out of my mind, especially when you pay like that much money for something, and especially when it's like something
You're not
big
sure.
like this.
I mean, you're obviously
going out of
gonna
my
get
mind.
it, but you're not sure. Like, did someone just run off with my money?
Well, no, it's like, am I gonna get it? I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
I've been losing sleep over it. It's super weird. It's getting worse every night. Having fits over it.
Oh, I
But
just
yeah, I hate
remembered
waiting
something. I
for
have to
things.
get this in. Sorry, just because I love Avatar so much. Tim Allen's boss in Last Man Standing, the voice. If you watch it, you'll immediately recognize it. His name is Hector Elizondo. He plays Wan Shi Tong, I think, the owl god or owl spirit in the library episode of Avatar: Last Airbender, and also makes a cameo in Legend of Korra. And maybe a dated reference for our viewership, but he also plays Adrian Monk's shrink, Dr. Bell, in Monk. Also a good show.
There's people holding Pirates of the Caribbean, the new one, hostage. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
heard.
that's pretty funny.
No, I didn't know that. What happened?
If ever there were a movie to pirate, it'd be that one.
What happened?
Some people got a hold of the full Disney movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, new one, and they're threatening to release it on the internet if a ransom is not paid.
What's the
In
ransom?
increments. They said that they'd release like it in 10-minute chunks.
Is it 300
And
bitcoins?
Nah.
Actually, I
How
really,
much is that? That's a lot.
I hope they
of
don't
bitcoins.
pay the ransom. I'd love if they just release like 10-minute teasers each week. Oh, it comes out next
I
weekend?
mean, why
fuck
not
'em.
just beat them to it? It comes out next week, and what is the point then?
There is no point.
No.
Yeah.
They've just attracted the attention of like the largest fucking lawyer team in the world just for like 1 week's heads up. It's ridiculous.
So, one thing to go back on to the main topic, one thing that I just fucking lose my shit over is when the volume on something is really high and you don't realize it or didn't mean to set it that high and you put like headphones on and like you turn it on and it just bombards you with loud shit and you have to throw them off. So a lot of people are just like, oh fuck, that surprised me, or oh that's loud. I get like fucking goosebumps and I need like a full 3 minutes to just decompress when that shit happens to me. It freaks me the fuck out so badly. I feel like I'm getting attacked.
Yeah, I hate that too. Anytime Windows switches up the volume if you disconnect your headphones or anything.
And even if I think about it, I get like fucking goosebumps and I get like nervous. I was watching gameplay of the new Wolfenstein game, and there's a fucking cutscene where some dudes are getting tortured, and I was just like watching it, and then all of a sudden my speakers popped for no reason, and it was so abrupt and loud that the scene like traumatized me, and I felt fucking physically ill for some reason.
My headphones would be the worst for that then, because my old headphones used to, like, if there was no audio input going to the headphones, they'd kind of cut off and go straight to like super loud static. So you'd be sitting there with them on.
what kind of shitty feature is that?
I know. And then like 30 seconds into not having any audio source, it would just like explode in your ears with static.
Why?
It was terrifying.
You'd think they'd shut off. What the fuck?
Yeah,
What
I
sort
don't
of
know.
feature is that?
It's
Oh, you're
weird.
not listening to anything. Here's deafening white noise.
Remember, you need constant sound in these headphones.
I don't know.
Use 'em.
It's like
Wear 'em
home
out.
theater headphones, so I think they're expected to have constant.
Constant storm?
Constant white noise.
Yeah, that was super scary.
All right, new topic. Are there any sports or extreme sports that I know we make a shitload of jokes, but do you guys actually have any interest in like any kind of recreational shit? Because for me, I do rock climbing fairly often. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I wish if I had the opportunity.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Rock climbing, just skydiving or whatever. It's all. Yeah, I would not have remote. I could not do anything that requires a higher level of coordination, like skateboarding, all that shit. Never. But I could jump out of a plane and then just fall. That seems within my reach of skills, just falling.
I don't think I'd ever be able to skydive. It's too scary.
Same.
I'm terrified of heights. Oh, you'd be scared of the plane ride up there as well.
Yeah.
I'd be more afraid of that than jumping out of it.
You'd want to jump out of it.
It would be the safest plane ride possible. You already have like a parachute.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Even if your plane somehow gets hit by lightning and clear daylight, you could still survive.
Yeah, I'd have the equipment.
What are you gonna hail?
I like being really, really vindicated in the last couple of weeks about pseudoscientific hucksters like Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Well,
that was
with
another
Neil.
thing that I should have brought this up. You just reminded me. So you said last episode that Dolph Lundgren has a bunch of PhDs and is more qualified than Bill Nye and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know the band The Offspring?
Yeah.
Their fucking lead
heard.
singer has like 5 PhDs or some shit. Dexter Holland.
PhDs in what though?
Let's
Rockology?
see. I'm
English
Googling
and
it.
writing, arts
Molecular
and fine
biology.
dancing. Same
Yeah,
thing.
okay, that's better than fucking whatever.
You know,
Social
legitimate
science.
science.
Yeah,
Impressive.
What
that's
about his
good.
other 4? Dance lessons for hip hop groups. What
All
else?
right, he only has 1 PhD, but he has doctorate. He has degrees in biology and molecular biology and a PhD in molecular biology.
That's cool.
I like how Charlie's trying to build this rock star.
He's just trying to tear him down.
Take
Yeah.
that. Come on your show
Tear down
and defend yourself.
douchebags like Bill Nye.
What happened with Neil though? What who
I think
vindicated
Neil's a
you with Neil?
douchebag in general, but him aside, I'm just really happy these fucking goddamn paragons of science are now being more and more seen as the con men they are. I wish I was there. I mean, you go on Reddit now, and Reddit is one of those leftist cesspools on the internet where it's just a circle jerk, and even going on there and reading how even they hate Bill Nye now for his new show, which is just so goddamn awful. It brings a smile on my face. I wish I was there. I wish I was watching these fans while they watch Bill Nye's new show so I could just point at them and laugh and maybe sing a remixed version of that god-awful, filthy, degenerate garbage My Sex Junk 000 song. But my lyrics would just be, I fucking told you so,
Does
and
the
I'd
audience
laugh.
like this shit? Do they clap and sing
Hell
along?
no. Well, yeah, the audience, and they're
Yeah.
the fucking SEALs, the trained SEALs, but the
they
show's
don't
nothing
clap.
but him just being a fucking bully, basically. But oh god, it feels so good to have people finally wake up to this douchebag and his goddamn scam. And I would just love to sit there and watch these people with their bleak, disillusioned faces and just stare at them while they look at their fallen idol, a goddamn con man who they thought was the champion of science, but who turned out to be nothing but a rapist of their childhood memories. But hey, upside. At least you don't have to keep those memories for long because Bill Nye might just go and retroactively delete your childhood memories like he did with that scene in his actual childhood show where he went back and deleted a fucking 20-year-old scene because, you cannot you can't let biological facts get in the way of your cult's doctrine. Fucking douchebag Bill Nye.
This is opening a huge can of worms.
I hate
is
them so
indeed
much.
opening
I'm
a
just
huge
so
can of
happy.
worms.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy this dick is falling from grace. Fuck him.
All right. Well,
That was the thing I like.
That's Kaya's I hate corner.
No, that
I
was
see so
the
much
thing I
hate
like.
on that new show. What's it called? The
Bill Nye saves the
Saves-
world. He doesn't.
yeah, I've seen.
He don't.
More like Bill
trying
Nye
to-
sucks a dick.
The clips I saw were like they were talking about doing butt stuff and giving people hand jobs and shit like that.
Excuse me? What?
What? Who is this show targeted to then?
Me.
I thought it was
asked
like a
for
kid
it.
show.
Dear Bill Nye, please make this show so I can get Twitter verified.
What were you saying, Kai?
I said in an interview, apparently said that the show was aimed at people age 12 and up. And
So-
yes, he has songs about how you should do butt stuff and fuck everything and everyone and be a hedonist piece of shit.
An ice cream orgy.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with that.
I usually wrote those songs myself when I was that age.
They just read Charlie's diary and went, "This is fucking brilliant.
We need it.
Put it up on the big
You
screen.
shake your asses more. You over there, the white blood cell. Get them titties out."
Where are you going, Jackson?
I'm going down the coast, Charlie. If you must know.
Why? What's on the coast
sounds-
besides death?
I've got errands to run. Well, that's where like all the shopping centers and places are. I've got an appointment. All right, how
I
about
like
this?
that.
Did you
It's
know
a saying.
Did you know that Playboy model? What's it? Danny Mathers, I think.
Yeah,
She-
going to
she-
jail.
I thought she was just Snapchatting a photo of naked people at gyms.
Oh, she
Yeah.
was doing that? That's fucked up. That's,
Well,
that's
yeah, but she-
if that's what
she
she
took a-
did, that's absolutely fucked up.
She took a naked picture of some 70-year-old woman with saggy tits and insulted her.
That's genuinely
No,
not
so
okay.
did you.
Oh, that's mean.
Go to
That
prison.
is mean.
That's I don't like that. She should go to
Do
jail.
people get naked at gyms?
when you take a shower, yeah.
Who takes a shower at the gym?
Yeah, that's
Older
weird.
people who don't want to drive home and do it.
All right,
All right,
Jackson.
thank you for watching this episode of the official podcast. We hope you
Thank you
enjoyed
to
it.
everyone, except people who didn't buy the shirt.
A big shout
Yeah.
out and love and hug and kiss to anyone who even considered watching.
Yes, thank you. There will be
Thanks.
links in the description to all the other places that we host the podcast on, like Spotify. I get a lot of like messages asking if we're on Spotify. We are on Spotify. The link's in the description, along with every other place. So you can find that down there. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
Bye.
Goodbye.